And 300 Catholic bishops from across the U.S. are gathering today for a week-long retreat on the clergy sex abuse crisis. The meeting is taking place at a seminary near Chicago. Organizers say the retreat will focus on prayer and spiritual reflection and not policymaking. Pope Francis convened the retreat. He's sending the priest who serves as preacher to the papal household.
The gathering comes as CBS News has learned of several cases involving nuns accused of sexual misconduct. Nikki Battiste has been talking to women who say they were victimized. Nikki, good morning.
Norah, good morning. The Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, or SNAP, says it doesn't keep count of sexual abuse allegations, but we've spoken with several people who recently reported misconduct, ranging from forceful kissing to molestation, all carried out by nuns. One woman who agreed to speak on camera describes her experience as unconscionable.
This is Sister Shaw.
Yes, this is Sister Eileen Shaw.
This is the nun Trish Cahill says she confided in when she was 15 years old.
I would have done anything for her. I would have died for her.
At a convent in New Jersey, she says she told Eileen Shaw things she'd never revealed to anyone about her now deceased uncle, a priest, whom she claims sexually abused her starting at age 5.
She gave me everything that was lacking that I didn't even know I was lacking. I was so broken. She filled in all those pieces.
She now describes that process as grooming, saying Shaw plied her with drugs and alcohol while teaching her how to have sex with a woman.
I'm with my friends during the day, and I'm with this pedophile nun on the evenings and on the weekends and in the summer.
Pedophile nun is a phrase I think most of our viewers will have never heard.
Really? Wow. That's really a shame because there's a lot of them out there. It's the secret not yet told.
Mary Dispenza is trying to change that.
The demands of chastity and celibacy are unrealistic demands for many of us.
Dispenza, a former nun from another congregation, remembers what happened when a superior summoned her to her room.
I knelt down right next to her, and she kissed me all over softly my face. And I want to say, oh, but it wasn't bad. But it was, and I've carried it with me till today.
Through her work with SNAP, the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, she says she would occasionally hear about abuse or cover-ups by nuns. But since the publication of a grand jury report identified hundreds of pedophile priests in Pennsylvania, at least 18 people have contacted her to share stories of abuse by religious sisters.
We've heard so much about alleged child sex abuse by priests. Why haven't we heard about nuns?
A lot has to do with the culture of nuns, they are very, very private by nature.
Trish Cahill reported her abuse to the Sisters of Charity of St. Elizabeth in 1994. The congregation paid her a $70,000 out-of-court settlement.
They had canon lawyers on retainer just for people like me. Shut her up, pacify her, tell her you love her and you'll pray for her, and send her on her way.
In a statement, the congregation tells CBS News the case was investigated immediately when it was reported in 1994, and a settlement was reached that was mutually agreed on by all parties. We believe that the Sisters of Charity acted in a responsible manner.
Hi, is this Eileen?
We reached out to Sister Eileen Shaw, who Cahill says she continued to see for years as an adult.
You don't wish to discuss this at all? She just hung up.
The Sisters of Charity removed her from her role as a grade school principal, but report she remains a nun. They're providing her with food and housing while restricting her from outside ministry.
I think it's really sad.
In the meantime, Cahill says the settlement she signed wasn't enough to help her deal with a lifetime of trauma.
What is your hope?
That this is the beginning of many, many times more that I get to speak, and I get to educate, and I get to possibly prevent this from happening to anyone ever again.
Cahill says she believes other nuns had to have known what was going on with her. She struggled with post-traumatic stress disorder along with alcohol and drug addiction that she says began with her abuse. The Sisters of Charity says they're willing to meet with her to address her continuing concerns.
I tell you, predators come in all genders, but you have to note that they seem to know exactly who to go after.
And I think a lot of people think nuns are maternal, they're safe, and in this case, according to some of these victims, it wasn't true.
What we have learned is that abuse fosters in silence. You have to expose the abuse, you have to talk about it. So thank you for your reporting, Nikki.
Thank you.